What's up YouTube, Prince Simba back again with a new video where we're going to be talking about all things Wattson post the Chaos Theory event update where she got a buff. We're going to talk about how she stacks up against Caustic because he got his nerf, and we're going to talk about how this shakes up the meta, and do I think that she's going to be good going forward, especially going towards Olympus. So we're going to talk about this, and again, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I'm going to make it short and sweet, and remember to check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Prince793. And let's go. Alright, let's just jump straight into it. So as you guys can see, I have the patch notes for the Chaos Theory event. As you can see the buff for Wattson right here. So Wattson now has passive shield regen at half HP per second, half of Octane's current health regen rate. So when I read this originally, it made me think back to Octane when he dropped, and how his regen rate was really slow, and it didn't really help that obviously his stim takes away his health. So when you would use a stim to push a fight, by the time you get to the fight, you would still not regen very much of your health, or even when you're running away from someone. So it really took more than it gave. So initially I looked at this and was like, this regen speed is really slow if it's kind of how Octane's used to be. Because Octane didn't become good until these last few updates where they boosted the health regen rate and they gave the rework to his jump pad. So I was kind of like, I don't know. But again, Wattson has a whole other kit, and this is just a buff to her. But yesterday I used her in rank, and let's see what happened. So here I was putting some silly fences down, and I think I take some damage right here in a little bit. I get shot. Let me see. Yeah, so right here I'm healing, and as you guys can see, it's ticking up very slowly. Like right here in the corner, it's ticking up very, very slowly. This is where I take some damage, and I decide, look, I'm not gonna heal, I can regen. And again, to talk about it, there is like a 5-second cooldown, I believe. So you take damage, it takes like 5 seconds to activate. I truly believe the 5 seconds isn't necessary, but it's there. So it takes 5 seconds to start the slow healing. And as you guys can see right here, it just slowly starts creeping up. I'm gonna just kind of let it happen. It just slowly starts creeping up little bit by little bit. And first I thought, why would they give her such a slow heal? Like if they're trying to buff her like this, a lot of people are gonna complain that like it's not fast enough to really make a difference. So I kind of started thinking, like, why would the devs do this? How does it fit into her character, I guess? So as you can see, it's very slowly going, and it's going, but it is taking a while. So eventually after a little bit more, I keep healing. Like I'm still like waiting for it. I'm healing. So let's just pause the video because I kind of don't need to show you guys anymore from that. Point is though, I kind of started thinking about how does this fit in with the character? Why would the devs do this? And I kind of started thinking, like, look, Wattson is like a perimeter defender, so she sets up her fences and blocks off this area, and this is now yours for your team. So a lot of time when you're rotating, waiting for next zone, or just trying to get early position, you're not doing much. Maybe you're pinging a team far away trying to farm shields, or just like keeping a team off of you. So really I think the shield gen being kind of slow, I think fits in because she's a character that's for positioning. So you're not pushing, you don't really need this to be like instantly kind of like Octane speed. I think it's fine that it's at a slower pace because you can distribute your shield cells a little better. You don't really have to carry any. You also have your generator if you need it to heal your team shields. But I think it's actually, when you think about it, really good that it's a slower speed. Obviously it would be nice if it was more, but I think it fits in with her character that she slowly regenerates because she's more of a character on your team that is for positioning. So she's not meant to like push and then immediately get her shield back. It makes sense that it would be a little slower for her, and I think the devs did a good job of balancing that. And now going into like the Caustic changes and how she fits in, I think they're fairly even now of how I would pick them. And I only say they're even on King's Canyon. Maybe Caustic still has a little bit of an edge though. So talking slightly about the Caustic changes, I don't want to go too into that because it's not his video, but the pixels on his gas drop, so it's easier to see through them, as well as the damage per tick got lowered to only 5 HP instead of maybe going from 6 to 12. that's huge because someone can sit in their gas with 100 HP and not get knocked in a full trap, you know? Also, you can see them through easier, so you can get shot at more. So I think it takes away a little bit of the intimidation factor of the gas, which is why I bring Caustic now down to WATTSON's level with this. But I do think with the small shacks and areas like that, Caustic still holds those better. Because WATTSON's fences, you know, you can still shoot through them and you can see clearly. But I think looking forward to Olympus and next split on ranked, I think WATTSON is going to be much better than Caustic because it's more wide open. You're going to be able to just like, you're still going to be able to see through the gas. And with more wide open space, the Caustic traps don't cover that much. The fences are going to be way better. So I think WATTSON's pick rate will go up on Olympus. And I think Caustic's is going to drop. But I think on KC, Caustic still has a slight edge. But I do like the change. And after I kind of went through all the thought processing of why the devs did it, it made sense. She's a positional character. So she doesn't need OP, you know, shield regen. A slow tick rate makes sense with her character as she's a position based and maybe she has a G7 or a longer range weapon and she's farming up damage. Or she's just poking and, you know, regenning. So that's my analysis on her change. I think it's a good change for her. It stacks on her other passive of the ultic cells and her other abilities. So I think it's a really nice change for her. She deserves some love so she can become a little bit more relevant. And I really think she's going to shine when Olympus comes around. So that is my analysis. I hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. I'm going to keep trying making a little shorter videos when updates come by because I think you guys enjoy them. And check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/prince793. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.